If you're a Mac user, you'll know exactly what I'm about to say. If you're not a Mac user, well, you can just have a good laugh. I used to be a Windows user. In fact, I would probably have trolled my own channel back then. I used to build PCs, and I used to look at people who owned Apple Macs and think, why spend so much money when you can get something much faster for a third of the price? How times change, eh? I'm now a fully paid up member of the Apple Fanboy Club, but I'm equally aware that there are some stark realities that come from owning a Mac. Some good, some bad, and in this video, I'm going to reveal 10 of them. Number one is that Apple stickers, which are these things that come with every Mac you buy, are completely pointless. They come colour-coded to the Mac that you've bought, which is quite nice, but I don't know anyone who sticks them anywhere. You wouldn't stick them on the Mac itself because there's already an Apple logo on there. You wouldn't stick it to your car, would you? You're not going to stick it on your forehead. You're not going to stick it on your dog. Please don't do that. However, if Apple ever releases a Mac and doesn't include Apple stickers, you can guarantee the internet will explode. Number two is that the first few weeks of ownership of a MacBook in particular are perilous. If you're anything like me, you'll spend way too long thinking about where to place it, and if anyone dares put anything on top of its lid when you've got it closed and unattended. However, give it a few months and you'll be chucking it around, you won't bother with a case, and it will get covered in little dings and scratches and stuff, because that's how you show they're loved. Number three is that the temptation to add stickers to your MacBook does arrive eventually. I wasn't going to do this, and then, well, this happened to my MacBook Air. Apparently adds character. This is a 14-inch MacBook Pro, and it has, as you can see, a function key row, a good old-fashioned F1, 2, 3, etc., and an escape key. Now, this wasn't always the case. Between 2016 and 2021, we had the touch bar, and I can now safely say, having used the touch bar and used a traditional function key row, that the touch bar was completely useless. How'd that get there? Anyway, a quick word from today's sponsor, which is SaneBox. SaneBox is a platform for anyone who wants to have an easy time managing their email, which is everyone who uses email. And SaneBox works brilliantly with any email client and any email service provider. It basically sits in the middle and does a lot of arranging, managing and sorting out of your email before it reaches your eyes. And it does that, as you might guess, with AI. It's incredibly clever stuff, and having used it for the last few months, I can confirm it makes a massive difference to how much time you spend on email. In fact, SaneBox promises to save you on average 2 hours every single week faffing about with email. And it does that by placing your emails in very specific folders if they're newsletters or basically notifications or anything that isn't a real person. It works fantastically, and it works better than any other email client that I've tried that has similar functionality. There's loads more features, including the ability to banish senders for good. You can even get reminders to follow up emails that you haven't received a reply to. You can do a deep clean of your inbox to free up space. You can snooze incoming emails and so much more. And I've worked with SaneBox to get you a $25 credit on your account when you sign up. So to find out more about SaneBox, just click that link in the description. That is where I place my dock, and when you buy a Mac, you're entered immediately, without question, and you don't get a choice in the matter, into the debate about where to place the dock. So you can have it here, or you can have it on the left or the right of the screen. The bottom of the screen is the correct way. The sixth thing that Mac users realise, if they've used Windows in the past, is that time spent with Windows is time wasted. And I'm not just goading Windows users here at all. Remember, I used to be one for many, many years, but that's also how I lost most of my hair. Blue screens of death, the BIOS, DOS prompts, incompatible hardware, tweaking things until they don't work anymore. It's just a horrible experience. A case in point, after owning this Surface Laptop 4 for 3 months, my girlfriend opened a Word document on it and it rebooted itself to a blue screen. It now doesn't work. And this is made by Microsoft. The other thing that you learn quite quickly as a Mac user is that Mac OS never crashes. And no, I'm not trying to goad Windows users again, but I just can't for the life of me think of the last time that macOS crashed or restarted itself on any of the Macs that I've got. And I've got loads of Macs. You get the odd beach ball occasionally, but even that is fairly rare, and I can put up with that because there's no such thing as a blue screen of death. Next up, MagSafe. It's the best invention ever. The ability to lift the lid of your MacBook with just one finger never gets old. Okay, so fellow Mac users, let me know in the comments what I missed in that list, and if you've still got some time and you want to see the ultimate buying guide for the 14-inch versus 16-inch M2 MacBook Pro, keep watching for a link.